So here with Carl Frampton in your gym in Battersea, little over a week to your World Title Eliminator. How have preparations been going for this bout?
They've went really well so far. It's been quite a long camp. Probably I've been in Battersea probably 13 weeks, 12 weeks, 13 weeks. I was doing my own bit back home in Belfast before that, so I'm fit, I'm strong. I'm beating my PBs in the weights gym. In the weights room. I'm feeling good. First ever camp where I've been told sort of I needed to eat up a little bit more because I didn't want to get too late while I was sparring quite heavy, so that's not a bad thing. And all's good, ready to go now.
Definitely. And with it just being over a week and you're going flying over to Belfast tomorrow, what is a typical week building up to a fight like?
Well, it's good. It's great. There's a buzz around Belfast. There's a real demand for boxing over there at the minute, and the people are getting behind me and support me. We've got a couple of wee things to do, a few press workouts, a few press conferences and stuff. Obviously the weigh-in is a pretty big deal. There's, sometimes you get 700-800 people turn up to the weigh-in, which some people are struggling to get the fights, so it's good, and people come up, people approach you. I'm very approachable. They come up and shake your hand, they see you walking around, have a question, have a yarn with you, have a chat. So it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'll start to get the buzz a wee bit more when I get back home.
Definitely. And with you being based in Battersea in London, when you do go back over to Belfast for a fight week, is it nice going back home and having some of those creature comforts back home?
Yeah, I like to see my family. Other fighters are different. They like to sort of stay in isolation and stuff and keep focused on the fight, but I like to see my family, I like to see my friends, I like to have a laugh, I like to talk to people, get around different people. That's just the way I am. So although I'll not be staying at home, I'll be staying in a hotel, but I'll go and see my wife and my daughter every day, and that's what I like to do.
Sure. And with it being a World Title Eliminator, how much do you know about your opponent Hugo Cazares?
I know a bit. He's a two-weight world champion. His last 5 fights have been at super bantamweight. He's won them all. He's a good fighter. He's very, very experienced. Most experienced fighter I've faced. I think it'll be probably my toughest fight. I think it could be my most awkward. He throws wild shots sometimes. He moves his head quite well. I think it'll not be an easy night, but I've prepared hard for it, like I always do. I think I've got the power to take this guy out, but I'm more than ready to go 12 hard rounds if that's the case as well.
And with it being a World Title Eliminator, you're so close to that World Title shot against Santa Cruz. What are you looking forward to with that, and possibly going to America, possibly the fight being in a big stadium in Belfast?
Yeah, well, there's options, and Golden Boy haven't ruled out them come to Belfast. There's ongoing discussions with Santa Cruz and his team, and there's been discussions about bringing it to Belfast, and they haven't ruled that out at all. It sells better in Belfast than it does anywhere else. We could fill out Ravenhill and put 25,000 people in an outdoor stadium. I don't think that happens in America, but we can't dictate too much. He's the champion, so we'll have to go wherever he wants to. And if I have to fight him in the States, I don't mind. As long as I get fair play, I think I'll beat him anywhere in the world.
And you mentioned, and I was speaking to you before, that you fought over in America as an amateur, but you've not fought over there as a professional. No. Is fighting around the world something you'd like to do?
Yeah, of course. It's great. I want all my fights to be. I want most of my fights to be in Belfast. I think the atmosphere there can't be created anywhere else in the world. It really is an amazing venue, the Odyssey Arena. It only holds 9,000, but I just wish we had somewhere bigger back home. But the atmosphere is good. But I would like to travel. I like to box in the States, obviously, Vegas, maybe the East Coast as well. And who knows? There's a lot of Japanese guys and there's a lot of Mexicans around my weight, so it may come to travelling out there one day, who knows, but I'm ready to fight anywhere.
Start collecting a few air miles.
Yeah, why not?
And in terms of fighting over in America, and you get great support in Belfast, and when the likes of Ricky Hassan have gone over to America, they've taken massive crowds. Is that something that you feel lots of your fans over in Ireland will do?
I think so. I think a lot of people, just reading my tweets, a lot of people are hoping that I do go to the States because it's like a bit of a holiday away. I think I could bring a few thousand to America. Obviously, I'm not going to do what Ricky Hatton done. He was something else, but I definitely bring a few thousand, and again, that's more than some people are bringing to fights in their hometown. Not mention any names, but there'll be tickets. There'll be people come to watch me wherever I box.
Definitely. And going to like the start of your like when you were a child and grew up watching boxing. Of course, you're now working with Barry McGuigan. Who were some of the people that you enjoyed watching when growing up?
Well, around my time, Wayne McCulloch was doing quite well when I was a kid growing up, and he's a Belfast guy, so he was kind of my hero back then. Obviously, I knew about Barry, but he was a bit before my time, and Barry's a legend back home. I've watched the stuff on YouTube, the atmosphere. If I thought it was good for my fights, it was just crazy for his fight, But there's a lot of good fighters. I like the old Mexicans like Barrera, I like Morales, I like Chavez. Then you go back to Duran and Hearns, Leonard, all them guys. There's so many good fighters, and you can pick up so much from watching different guys.
Definitely. And of course you mentioned Barry, it was a bit before your time seeing him in his heyday, but you've watched back the videos. But what he did for the country, uniting country during the time of war, what was that like? And you growing up during that time as well?
Well, I grew up sort of at the back end of the Troubles. I lived on an interface, so I've seen there's a lot of stuff I've seen that wasn't great, a lot of trouble, a lot of fights, and loyalists against Republicans, fights with the cops. That was a normal thing, especially in the summer months, marching season and stuff. But it was different when Barry was around. It was a lot more hostile, and it was a proper war. It was a war zone, and what he done, bringing two communities together, uniting two communities, it was amazing. And there was the old quote, "Leave the fighting to McGuigan." I think that's amazing that to even have a quote like that, "Leave the fighting to McGuigan." It's really nice to say that the trouble stopped on the streets for an hour or two while he fought, which doesn't seem like much, an hour or two when there's decades of violence, but it was quite a big thing then.
No, definitely. And what's it like having Barry and his son Shane in your corner when you go out there and fight?
That's good because I trust them. I have complete trust in the both of them. Barry's sort of shouting from ringside. I can hear him. I can hear Shane. I get great advice off him in the corner. But there are a couple of voices I listen to. Obviously a lot of noise, but there's voices I can pick out and I listen to. Obviously getting advice off both of them it's great. They know what they're talking about, and I think it's good with me that I have the ability that mid-fight, if Shane tells me something to do, change the tactics, I can do it. If he tells me to go forward, I can do it. If he tells me to go backwards, I can do it. So that's important as well.
Definitely. And again, when we were talking before, established you're a bit of you like being in the kitchen, doing a bit of cooking.
Yeah.
With that, what do you tend to eat as a fighter, and especially leading up to fight week? What is your meals like?
It's pretty bland, but I'm eating a lot. It's meats and vegetables really. Been eating more carbs this camp than ever before. I think my body's adapting to the weight. A lot of it's trial and error. You're just trying to figure out what suits you and what suits your individual needs. And I think we've hit the nail on the head this time. That's worked so far. It's the first time ever I've been able to eat. I've been told by Shane to eat a bit more while I'm sparring and stuff, just to keep a certain weight. I don't want to be sparring heavy too late. So it's just plain food really. I have a bit of a sweet tooth, to be honest, but I can, when I have to be strict with myself, I can just shut that off, and I can go strict for 12 weeks, no problem.
So like after a fight, and your sweet tooth kicks in, what do you tend to go for then?
There's a wee woman called Margaret who works in a cafe that I go to sometimes, and she makes me pavlovas, so that's the thing I like to eat after a fight, nice pavlova.
Yeah. And what's your kind of speciality dishes that you like cooking?
I like good wholesome stews and stuff, and casseroles are good, but they're pretty easy to cook. But I do this nice stuffed pork fillet with these crushed potatoes, like baby boiled potatoes crushed with a bit of cheese, some bacon, lardons, a wee bit of cream, and a nice mushroom sauce. That's tasty.
Making my mouth water there. And of course Barry featured on a celebrity chef show. He won it. Would that be something that would interest you, going on to like Celebrity Come Dine With Me or something along those lines?
Why not? I wouldn't call myself a celebrity yet, but why not? Why not? I'd have a go. I wouldn't mind doing that yet. I love the cooking, so why not?
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And, best of luck for next week, and in the World Title fight as well.
Good man. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.